Good, yeah,
Good day, because I don't know what actually time you're listening to this. I don't want to say good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Yeah, is that a Ron Burgundy? Good morning, good evening, and good night.
I'm sure it is actually.
Who doesn't love a bit of Ron Burgundy?
Oh,
Well, so this technically is the Power Platform podcast.
daily brief.
Aye, Power Platform Daily Brief for Thursday, the 3rd of October, 2019.
Yes.
And it's currently pitch black, very, very early in the evening here, so it's
Yeah.
a bit surreal. We were trying to peer at each other on the camera a minute ago, and
It's the strangest. Definitely winter is coming, which is
I actually
strange
had
and
to
annoying.
defrost this morning when I went to the gym. 6 o'clock, had to defrost the car.
So
That's
this
how
morning
mental.
when I went to go to work, and I won't say the time because it was much later than 6 o'clock in the morning, but I still had to defrost my car.
Shocking. And
First
then
day, and it's freezing.
you'll have the Canadians just like, that's a normal day in the summer.
No, that's why they have like heaters they plug in and keep their car warm and remote starts. They're like you're outside scraping the car. We just press the button and our engine
Yeah,
starts. Oh no, you do that as well.
yeah, and the wife's car does that as well.
Oh, technology. Does your
So
wife's
we
car
can.
do it in idle? Is idling allowed or not? Anyway, this is not the point of the daily brief, right? We're not talking about the environment, etc. here, even though it is a major thing.
I mean, let's be honest. When have we ever stuck to the path?
I know we just don't really, but it has
What
been
was it?
an extremely busy week for us.
Yeah, I was about to
Uh,
say we were both quirky and unique, weren't we, over the weekend?
to be fair, when I read that, I actually thought Dilliana's on point with that. Like, I'll take that. I think that's probably quite true, especially the don't change.
Well, let's be honest. Deliana calling somebody quirky and a little odd. We'll just leave that there. But no, we are just back a couple of days, swiftly moving on before HR come and find me.
Yes, so getting called that this weekend is because myself and Mark were at the. You go say the full proper name because I always get it wrong and I want to revert to its previous
Well,
title because they've rebranded.
DynamicsPower Dublin 2019
Yes.
at One Microsoft Place, Microsoft in Ireland, for an awesome weekend. Well, week. It was one day, but it was like a full weekend, Friday to Sunday for most people.
Yeah, so I went out on the Thursday because I had done a field service RSO session, which is
Yeah,
really
so
interesting to see because obviously RSO is one of the things where we can't really get demos of it without buying it, and it's £30 or $30 a resource to license
yes.
it. So yeah, we've all seen it and heard about it. So actually, it was good to go out and have Alexander Hines and Dave Clark and Ben Vollmer and Raj be there, the total product experts on it, product experts, to kind of give us a
Well,
demo.
product experts and Ben.
Well, yeah, you can deal with that one. But yeah, have them all there on hand to actually give us a bit of a demo, a hackathon, whatever you want to call it, and to see how powerful and how it works and how you can set it up and stuff. It was actually really, really good to see what you kind of know in theory and practice. I really, really enjoyed that myself, to be fair. And certainly there are a bunch of really approachable guys. If you want to know anything about it, even that you've read or just any queries or the one bit of feedback they gave massively, as we've always said before, is the ideas portal.
Yes.
100% put things on the ideas portal. If you think there's an improvement that's there, put it on it, vote it up. Raj and his team, they look at the stuff. That might take them a bit of time because the way that they plan, they sit down, they have a meeting, and they plan for the next 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
And then they sit down again after that and have a plan. So it might take some time for it to come round. But when you understand that's why, it's not that nothing happens when you put things on the ideas portal. It's that the teams do actual resource planning, supposedly, or not supposedly, but resource planning in the same way that we do in work, where you plan your pipeline, you plan your tasks and activities. They do the same
Yeah,
here.
no, I've been involved in a couple of those calls where they've been planning it out and wondering, like, getting the specs and off it. So they are quite interesting. So RSO is definitely there. It is expensive for what it is, but it's an enterprise level tool. It's going to save you money when you're at the top level and you're having to schedule 300-400 resources
Yep.
overnight.
And
It's
and
definitely
because it can adapt and take different bits and pieces into it, and you can feed lots more to it, it's yeah, there's other tools that might do the same sort of thing, but they do it more as the crow flies. It won't say this is the nearest resource and different bits like that. There's definitely benefits to it from an enterprise level for sure.
cool. So that was a Friday. Then we kind of went on to the Saturday where there were sessions from. Obviously, the session of the day was me and you.
Oh,
Absolutely,
definitely.
absolutely balling. The feedback we got from that was like, book these guys everywhere. So there were sessions from me and you, Julian Sharp, Ben Vollmer, Janet Robb, Jonas Rapp, Mario Trebea,
Claire Smith.
Marco.
Claire Smith.
Yeah, Claire Smith was there, Mohammed Mustafa, Antti Payunin, Anna Domeni. Oh, it was just everyone. Everyone was there. It was an
An absolute
awesome.
awesome vibe. It was such a buzzing, busy weekend. Like, it's great to see the community vibe growing so much and sharing so much information and everybody just bouncing off each other, really.
Yeah, we also had Samet was there as well, and Andrew Bibby with his pub quiz. I mean, how good was that?
The pub quiz was amazing. Like, so everybody likes a pub quiz. And you think a Dynamics pub quiz or a Dynamics event pub quiz, is it going to be a laugh? It was probably one of the funniest things I've done all weekend. Funniest
And
things I've done for a long time.
Andrew's jacket just reminded me of a. Remember the Joe Henry gold jacket?
Yeah, so Andrew's jacket was just on point. Actually, as soon as I seen it, I was like, my word, why have you not been wearing that all day?
Yeah. So that was good. Andrew also has a podcast on the CRM Audio Network, which is worth checking out as well.
Yep.
Um, so there's also, I mean, honestly, it was just rammed packed. There were 5 rooms, and I don't actually think there was a moment. I mean, I sat in about 3 sessions. There was just so much going on.
It was crazy. Like, since I've come back, I've had a few people saying to me, "Well, what did you do and where did you go?" And I'm like, "Oh, I went to this session, I went to that session, I done this, I had a chat with this person." And then I kind of think, well, I didn't do a lot. And then you start to go, actually, I was non-stop. Everybody was non-stop in such a good way.
I checked my phone. I walked 11 kilometres during the day, and it wasn't like a huge venue either. I mean, Claire did get us lost on the way to the venue, which I don't know how we managed to do that, but actually during the day there's
What,
quite a bit of
from the
walking there.
hotel, the walk?
I just honestly don't.
I didn't know this. Right,
Yeah,
okay. I mean, I know it's not signposted, but it's one path.
yeah. Aye. Anyway, so there were other decent sessions. No, I mean it was a brilliant day. Janet knocked it out of the park with the help from Anna as well. I mean the pair of them put on an awesome event. So it was
Right, so give
well.
yourself props as well, because you were involved in a lot of it too, right?
Nah, I was there. I was just shouting at people,
But
so there's
yeah,
nothing.
so it was an awesome event, but that's not the only event that was really in the last sort of week. I believe
Well,
there
yeah.
was,
So yeah. I mean, how many things have I actually done? This is the kickoff of the World Tour, isn't it?
yes.
So there were 2 things. I spoke at the CRM UG in Manchester on Thursday afternoon, but Thursday evening. But Thursday morning, I was part of the Power Platform 24 hour, which was a 24-hour virtual conference focused on the Power Platform, which I believe there were over 1,000 unique visitors that watched throughout the whole 24 hours.
Wow.
So it was do you know what? It was strange because you know how interactive I get with my sessions.
Yes.
I look at a face, I gauge a face, I make a face back at somebody and make them laugh.
Yes.
You're just presenting. It's weird. I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. It was just a little bit surreal. And we did have Joel Lindstrom, the granddaddy of this podcast, because he's old. Uh, Sorry, we have been removed from the network. Yeah, you'll find us on another network soon. Yeah, so Joel was actually the producer for the last 4 hours, so the last 4 sessions. So at the end of my session, I obviously talk about my headphones breaking and it being horrible music that broke it. And Joel decided for the 15-minute interval between my session finishing and the next one starting, he would put on the Backstreet Boys medley. So he just played the music
Nice.
after my session. So if you've been to my session, then you know exactly why that makes sense. But I was like, oh, Joel, I absolutely hate you. But if you did miss it, you can actually go to 365.training/courses/detail/power24, and you'll be able to get field service session from Volmar, Power BI session from Matt Whitteman, crash course on Peppa Pig and Power Apps Portals by Nick Dolman. Our good old friend of the podcast, Jimmy Novak, done liquid templates with Power Portal.
So you can see, obviously, that we have all been really busy over the past week or so, hence why we don't have a lot to talk about for releases and news on this. However, today I'm quite excited about one of the releases I've just read from or been hearing about from Microsoft. And yes, the new field service icon pack is coming.
Yes, it's the icons.
No, it's not actually. That is really exciting, right? Because icons are pretty cool. The
No.
new icons are nice, like the field service one being a bit of a geolocation, etc. But ultimately, I'm looking for some new headphones, and I want some in-ear true wireless ones. And Microsoft are just about, well, they've just announced they're going to release some Surface in-ear buds, as well as a new Surface phone.
Now-
They're moving back into the phone market, potentially.
So just don't play the Backstreet Boys in the headphones, and you'll be fine.
But yeah,
No, I've not had a look at them yet. I know you sent a link earlier, so I did have a look at the phone though. The like folding screen phone running Android.
5.6 dual screen folding phone based on a bigger tablet version of the same thing. That's not a phone. There's two different versions. One's a Uno and one's a Duo or something like that. I think they're called off the top of my head. But running Android, and it's due for release the phone American holiday season, so November, December type thing, 2020.
Okay, you know what I'm like for a Microsoft gadget, so that's
I know.
going to go straight.
The headphones, if I want to pre-order them already because the Surface headphones are really good headphones.
Yeah, I love mine.
I know there's lots of
When
people
they work.
prefer other brands, etc., but there's certain sound profiles I don't like in one particular brand, but I love another one that rhymes with pony. I really like their headphones, but the Surface ones, the in-ears, I think I'll probably purchase.
Rhymes with pony. Have you been down at the bar speaking to Tony again?
Back in the day when you used
That's
like
it.
the fake rip-off versions of stuff and they change a letter, like it's not Ray-Bans, where it's the cheap imitation sunglasses, etc. I can't remember what they're called. Ray-Berries.
There isn't such a thing as
Oh,
Ray
Ray-Berries, yeah, you can buy them off the guys in the street in Turkey and stuff like that. When you look at it, it's written in a very similar font. It's called Ray-Berry, but it looks like Ray-Bans.
I'm just now thinking of Ray Charles and Chuck Berry doing a medley of
It's
some
probably where
dodgy
it comes
cover.
from. But yeah,
So yeah, I mean we've had a busy weekend, and then we're both going to head out on holiday for a couple of weeks.
we do, yeah.
You'll not have to listen to our dulcet
Yep.
tones.
No Sweden for you this weekend for the Power Platform Sweden because you are off to Thailand, and then the following week I'm off to Spain.
Yep, absolutely gutted about that. I had to change flights because I'm a cheapskate, and it meant that I couldn't speak in Sweden. And now, do you know what? I am absolutely regretting it, to the point where I even sent Jonas a message over the weekend to say, "Look, can I just come throw somebody off the panel and I'll come and speak? I don't care. I'll just attend." But cooler heads have prevailed. I'm going there in April to talk as part of the.
Well, remember, bring it back to what we always practice and try and preach and things as well. It's all about the work and life balance and making sure that you are in the right frame of mind for various things. And we need to take holidays. We can't constantly work all the time.
No, we can't. But do you know what? After last weekend was actually so much fun just catching up with everyone in the community.
Yeah.
Like, there's people like Andy Bibby, like Mohammed, who I only get to see very, very seldom. So just speaking to them for 5 or 10 minutes, thinking, I forgot how cool you were.
Yeah, so many people I spoke to over the weekend, and just obviously I've for various reasons we've spoke about before, I've kind of withdrawn a little bit in various things, personal life, etc. But speaking to so many people, I'm like, this is why this community is brilliant. They're all like there, they G up. They don't care that they've not seen you in a year, 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years, whatever. It's just like, oh my God, how are you? What's been happening?
Like every time I meet Samit, it's like, I mean, I've met Samit quite a few times recently, like every couple of months. And it feels like every time that I meet him, it's been 2 years since I meet him, and he kind of jumps on you and hugs you to
Aye,
death.
it's awesome. That's the first time I've actually met him face to face. But you
Is
would
it
never have
really?
known.
And we got him involved slightly in our session as well. I can't remember. We must have been we must have been slagging him off.
Yeah, exactly. It's that whole if we slag you, we like you, don't worry about it. But anywho, everybody, thank you very much for listening to this, us rambling on for the last 15 minutes. We appreciate your listens, your likes, your reviews. If you want to give us a thumbs up anywhere you can, you know where it reaches.
Oh, what a way to finish that off with a thumbs up. Howdy, bye.
Cheers, bye.